For question 13 is where it starts to get quite tricky, and this is a difficult question. So we've got a conversion graph between pounds and kilograms. So if we know how many pounds we're looking for, say for example 10, if we go along to the line and down, it would tell us what 10 pounds is in kilograms. And we've got the difficulty of understanding scales, which we'll come to in a minute. To add to the problem, it's telling us that this person called Daniel, his weight is 9 stone 6 pounds. But we actually want the weight in kilograms. But to help us, we've got 1 stone is 14 pounds. So, what I will do is I'm going to convert this into kilograms first. Sorry, into pounds first, and then we can work out what the kilograms are. So, if 1 stone is 14 pounds, this is the symbol for pounds, it's just quicker than me writing out pounds. 9 stone, you should be able to appreciate that it's just 9 times bigger, which is 126 pounds. But he is 9 stone 6 pounds, so if we add on 6, his weight in total is 132 pounds. So that's what we've got to try and work out using our graph, what 132 pounds is into kilograms. Now, this isn't the easiest question to answer, so thinking about 132, our graph clearly doesn't go up to 132. So we've got to think about what numbers we can use to make it. So I'm going to go to try and make 100 first. So if I know what 10 pounds is, and if you look on the graph, I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So here's 10. If I know what 10 is, I can times it by 10 to get 100. So if I go across, it meets here. And you would use your ruler just to double check where it is. So I'm just going to make a mark, and we're just going to zoom in on that scale. So I've just followed that line across and down, and this is where I end up. And you can see that there's 5 squares between 4 and 5. So they're definitely not worth 0.1 each. So it's 0.2, because 0.2 times 5 is a whole 1. So that is actually 4.6 kilograms. So let's write that down. 10 pounds is 4.6 kilograms. So 100 pounds would be 46 kilograms. Right, so that's all well and good, but I need to make 132 pounds. So I need another 32. So I can do this a bit easier. Looking at the numbers, they're even numbers. So if I think of a number that's in the 32, that's a factor of 32, I come up with 8. So if I know what 8 pounds are, I can then times that by 4 to find 32 pounds. So let's do that. See if I can get the whole picture in. There we go. So 8 pounds, it goes to there and there. If you follow that line down again, it is here, which is 3.6. So 8 pounds is 3.6 kilograms. If I times that by 4, you have a calculator, so nothing to worry about, is 14.4, don't know why I've written that, kilograms. So to make our total of 132 pounds, you can see it's this one plus this one, which is 46, plus 14.4, which is a grand total of 60.4 kilograms. Now, if your answer is slightly different to that, please don't worry, because if you've converted it a different way, you might have an ever so slightly different answer. But they do allow for a little bit of degree of accuracy, but be as accurate as possible. If you've read the scale wrong, then they're not going to give you the marks. But that is what I would say is the correct answer.